And welcome to In Between Sets. I'm your host, Kate.
And I'm Abigail.
She's co-host. I'm co-host. This is our podcast.
I thought you were about to say you were host, I was co-host.
No. I don't know. This is our podcast, In Between Sets. This is episode 12.
Is it?
Yes.
12.
I counted before I got here, so I wouldn't
just to
mess
make
it
sure.
up.
You know, when you say co-host, though, like whenever I go to do something with the podcast, I'm like, I don't know if insecure is the right word, but I'll always go and make it a point to put Kate and Abigail instead of like...
Dude, I'll do the same thing.
I know you do.
I do the same thing. I'm like, but Abigail first.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want... We are co-hosts.
We're doing it together.
We're doing it together. This is a 50-50 partnership, a marriage,
Exactly.
if you will.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
glad we do the same thing.
I
I'm
know,
like,
right?
no, it's not mine.
Well,
It's
it's because
hers.
I noticed... Well, I knew that I did it, and then you would start to do stuff, and I was like, oh, shoot, it's the same thing.
I
That's
do
funny.
Abigail first, and then me. And also, this is also weird. I like because it's alphabetical. I don't know why I think
Well, yeah,
that
like
way.
AKA sounds better than KA.
Yep.
Does it? I mean,
Yep. That's it.
okay, anyway.
Okay, Abigail has rapid fire.
You have a game I want to play.
Yeah, she has a game.
I
I don't
saw
know.
it. It's
I
a
don't know the
trend.
game. Oh,
But
it's
I think it's
trending?
funny because I like to figure out like try to figure out why people are ranking them the way that. Anyway, we're going to do rapid fire. You rate common like health and wellness trends that are happening right now.
Okay.
So like you don't get to like think too long about it. You have to just
Do I rate them
1 to 10.
1 to 10?
So 1 sucks, 10 is
Okay.
like I really really like this one.
Okay.
But I'm not doing you only have 10 options. I'm just going to say some and then you get to
Gotcha.
rank each one 1 to 10. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
I can do that.
And if you have to say like one little blurb at the end, that's fine. But
Sure.
like they have to be
Quick. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Cracks knuckles. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, 10K steps.
Oh, 9.
Okay. Static stretching.
Oh, 8.
Really? Okay, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
75 hard.
No, 2.
CrossFit.
6 or 7.
Hot take. Okay.
6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ozempic.
2.
Really? Okay.
Do you want me to give a small blurb there?
It's up to you.
I can understand how some people would be on it who actually need it.
Okay.
Like who actually have diabetes or,
Right.
actually need.
Need the help.
Yes.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Cold plunging.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
High rocks.
6.
That's higher than I would have. Okay.
Yeah.
No seed oils. So like when the whole thing of people cutting seed oils out.
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red light therapy.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's more benefits
Remember when
than
you
cold
got
plunging.
Remember when you got the thing and we would stand in front of it in the kitchen?
Yes. Yes. It still stays under my bed, to be honest.
I kind of liked it though.
Yeah, it's great.
Carnivore diet.
A 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sourdough.
10. I wish I could
Give the
make
blurb.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Collagen supplement.
5.
Okay. Pilates.
6.
8-week summer challenges.
Love them. 10. I'm just kidding.
Fraud.
They're like an 8 or 9, depending on how you do them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting.
5.
That's way higher than I thought you would have ranked it.
I'd give it a 3 for women,
Okay.
5 for men.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
that was all the ones I had.
Nice.
You did that way better than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason I give CrossFit and High Rocks a 6 is because it's, at least to me, at least you're doing something.
Yeah, you're moving.
And moving and training for things and enjoying something. There's community. There's like a lot of benefits to it. There is kind of a nuance to CrossFit now of just like it's not what it used to be. Oh, gosh, I miss the Rich Froning, Camille days.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing. I think that I've kind of stepped away from it. You know? But like even.
I mean, I think it's like any like trending.
Yeah.
It's great. You're moving your body.
Yeah.
But like.
And then High Rocks is the same thing. Like we love to just pick one hot thing and make it
Dude, I know.
our identities. You know, it comes in phases and stuff. So I'm all for it. You're training for something. You're doing something. You're pushing yourself. Like you're pushing yourself. But
Why'd you give stretching such a high ranking?
static stretching?
Yeah.
Static
You
stretching
hate
is.
stretching.
I don't like it. No. Is it beneficial? Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
It's great for you.
Yeah.
Do I do it often? No. Should I do it more? Probably. And then I wouldn't have this back pain that I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, right. Your back pose might be a little better too.
Bruh. As I'm over here trying to do like a piriformis stretch
Yeah,
at the same
right.
time. But anyway, do you want me to do it to you? Or what were your rankings?
No, that's okay. Oh, do you want? Oh,
that's okay. Do you want me to static stretch you? She goes, no, not on camera.
you can if you want. I wanted to do it to you. I was curious. I was also kind of curious if we would have the same or similar numbers.
Okay, what were like the similar ones? Or
most of them, I think static stretching was a lot lower for me.
okay.
High rocks was lower for me.
Mm-hmm. Because we did it that one time and hated it.
No, like I think it's like good, but there's like it's just being tired for an hour. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing special. Like I guess I
Yeah.
don't really get the hype.
Okay.
Like it's fun because it's like
Yeah.
a competition you do with your friends.
Yeah.
But I think it's the exact same thing as like going out and running a 10K with your friends.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, the weights are not heavy.
No.
You just have to do it. And then there's
Yeah,
like
but-
rowing and like you're
I
tired,
get it,
but it's
man.
just
Those
like
people that do it under an hour or close to an hour, like Keaton has
Yeah.
done the pro weights, which is a lot heavier. Like not a lot heavier, but
right.
significantly
But
heavier.
anything that it takes somebody like 1 year to become a pro
Sure.
is like, I'm not impressed by that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Sure.
like, I don't know. And
Yeah.
I bet everybody that does it has a running background because there's so much running.
Well, and that's what I tell people a lot. They're like, "Oh, it's my first one." And I'm like, "Have you been running?" Because it's not a like.
It's nothing else.
Yeah,
It's just,
train the events like you want to like be able
Kind
to
of.
do them, but at the same time, expect that to be kind of like your break. Like you're literally doing that in like 2
Right.
minutes, 1 minute, and then you're running again, and then you're running again. Like
But the only movement in high rocks that's like somewhat challenging is the sled.
oh yeah,
Like that's
well, and
somewhat
it's like
heavy,
number
but it's like
number 2, so it just that's what got me when we did ours.
yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I'm toast. Like
Yeah.
I'm done.
like, and I'm not saying by any means I can go out and do it.
You could do it right now.
I mean, I could, but like that's the thing. Like,
You're like, I'm pregnant.
yeah, it's like it's not. Anyway, I think they're fun. I don't have anything wrong with it. I just anyway.
Seed oils
8-week
and
challenges
sour-
are lower than.
seed oils and sourdough.
Come on now.
Tins.
Who are we talking to?
Yeah, tins.
Love them.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting was the same. I think Pilates was the same. 8-week challenges were lower for me, but that's only because of the people, not the product.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
The 8-week challenge?
Yeah.
Yes.
8-week
Well, that's why-
challengers versus the 8-week challenge itself.
Yeah. That's why I said it depends on how you're like marketing as a coach, the 8-week challenge. Like
Yeah.
if you're like, but 8 weeks is pretty long on challenges per se. Most of the time it's like 6 weeks or 4 weeks that you're
right.
but she just brought it up because I'm in the middle of it's like week 2 of an 8-week challenge in Beefy Babes Club.
Yeah.
But she knows how I market them. They're like, hey, this is technically a strength training cycle.
Correct.
That's it.
Well, and
So-
like the people that win don't have these like drastic changes that then bounce back. Like it's
Right.
I don't know. So
I feel you.
okay. Anyway, that was it.
Okay, I liked it. I liked it. That was fun. Today's episode, we are answering your questions. I put in the question box a couple days ago or yesterday. Just big sis advice. Like if you, there were some pretty good ones that I was like, ooh, that's gonna
Yeah.
take a minute to really kind of unpack. And then there's some fun ones in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dale freaking. I
His
sent.
stuff was kind of funny though. I was laughing.
He sent like 8 questions. Like,
Like, why is your hair so nappy?
are you into fitness? Which that's a you know what joke.
Can you start a GoFundMe for your crusty nails?
Which I read that one and I was like, how did he know I need to get my nails done? Like they're so grown out right
But
now.
also, like, I'll start one. No shame. That thing
Yeah.
this is expensive.
They're expensive. I wanted to be like send him a Venmo request.
Yeah, I know,
and be
right?
like, you pay for it
Exactly.
then. Like
At me.
when he said something else, like tell your mom to stop texting me so late at night. I'm like, none of these are advice questions. They're just like hating on me. So I sent the screenshot to her and I was like, ignore the ones from Dale.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
scrolling.
Like, which ones do you
ignore
want to
those?
answer? Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'll start.
Start.
We'll start with
I like it.
a light one.
A light one?
A light one.
Okay.
Get us a little warmed up, a little lubed up.
Yeah.
Panties or no panties in the gym?
No panties.
Oh yeah, no.
None.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. That's what this is what this stuff is for.
And I don't care if you are wearing a thong, like you have a panty line. I don't like it.
I can't stand it.
Not a fan.
Especially if you're wearing like shorts like that aren't black. Like you're wearing a colored
Correct.
shorts. Like you can
You will
typically
always
see
see
them more. And I'm like, I don't need that in my life.
And it's uncomfy.
Yeah. No. None.
The only time I get somewhat self-conscious about it is like if I have to change in the dressing room after, and then I'm like,
Oh.
oh, these people know.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to just stall.
Yeah,
if I gotta
exactly,
do
right.
that.
Whatever.
No one gets a free show. Pays money around here.
That's funny. Am I just asking them and then
Oh
we
sure,
both
yeah,
answer?
I guess. You
Okay,
got them pulled
okay.
up, so might as well, yeah.
Oh, this is a good one for you. Somebody asked for new wardrobe tips.
Ellie did.
It's good because I actually don't have an answer, so go ahead.
Yeah. You're like,
Because you're good at switching up styles. You do your whole little vision board on Pinterest, though. But anyway.
I love a Pinterest board.
Mhm.
So I think when it comes to finding your own style, I've kind of, I do it every time. Every time. I integrate a lot of different styles. Like you'll see, like I'm wearing my Nikes right now, and I'm kind of like athleisure, but I've still got my gold rings on. I've still got my gold jewelry on. Like I think it's about curating staples that you love and that you kind of almost want to be known for.
Mhm.
Like that you want like a scent, like
Right.
Lauren's really good at having like a scent or like something that's always just staple and then you build around it. Victoria's really, really good at this of having like, what are pieces that you know that you're going to always go to that are timeless, but they're classic to you.
Mhm.
Like they don't have to be very like, oh, a white button down and jean. Like they can be literally whatever, but I think it's about just, and also Victoria and I used to say this a lot because when we worked NFR and we would see different styles and we'd see different like, oh, I wish I could like wear that, but I just don't think it looked good on me. One time Randy was like,
just wear it.
just wear it. Like if you don't, like just try it.
Mhm.
And so we kind of like changed our brain chemistry. We were like, oh, okay, well yeah, we'll just try it.
Yeah.
And so I'll pin stuff, and then what's really clutch for me, I don't do it anymore, but I did Newly for a while.
I remember that. You did that at the house.
So if you want to try something, but you're like, oh, I don't want to buy it though. Like I just
Mhm.
want to see if it would look good on me. Then you don't have to keep it. You know,
Yeah.
you can just rent it, wear it a couple times, and then if you want to buy it from them, you can. That's also a great way to try different jeans
Yep.
or different sizes of, because I'm not a 26 in every jean, right? Like sometimes 27, sometimes 25,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
28. Like especially if I want a baggier fit, whatever. Newly was super great with that, and then just curating different styles and then finding what works. Like,
What's my staple piece?
what is your staple piece?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I know. I was thinking about that earlier.
Like what yours would be?
Yeah, like, well, I was thinking about what, like, your style
Oh.
is. It's very
Simple.
It's very but
clean.
I was gonna say it's clean,
clean,
aesthetic,
yeah.
like.
I wear lots of jeans, lots of plain t-shirts.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
cute
I
shoes.
was gonna say baggy, ripped
Mhm.
jeans. Like I feel like you do that, and you'll always wear, like, well, when you weren't pregnant, you would wear a crop with it,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and then like heels with the jeans. Like you,
Like I
you're
like
really
my
good.
everyday style.
Yeah,
I don't have very good like, oh, I have this cool event coming up.
sure.
Like I want a cute outfit for it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're good at that.
I feel like it's practice. Like
Yeah.
it just takes time of it, again, like learning what you like, and that's what I do Pinterest. And then like when it did come time for my Newly to come up, I'd be like, okay, what have I pinned recently?
Yeah.
And then type in like white T-shirt, graphic, whatever, or ripped up
Do you
jeans,
know what I
or
saw
barrel
somebody
jeans.
post on, I don't know, one of the social media apps the other day? I was like, that's way too much effort, but it's actually brilliant.
Mm.
They took a picture of every piece of clothing that they owned, put it into ChatGPT, and said, make outfits for me.
Wow,
I don't know if it actually worked because
that is brilliant. But
no way I
holy
will be doing that.
crap,
but
no
yeah.
way. So yeah, and I've told Ellie this before. Like, don't be afraid to go outside of what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know that where her question is coming from is she's trying to have a more evolved style, like grown
Right.
up. and less like,
It's like when you want to give up the crop tops and short shorts, and you're
yes,
like, okay, I want to dress like an adult, but I don't know how to. Yeah,
yes, yep.
yeah, I get that. Okay, next question is tips on prioritizing goals, i.e., your body, fitness, work, etc., that literally contradict each other.
Hmm.
I had it when I read that one. I was kind of confused because I'm like, I don't understand how they can contradict each other. But
Well,
answer for me how you would.
okay, maybe I would think that maybe she's coming from a place of like, okay, she probably works a 9 to 5
Mm-hmm.
and really has minimal time to fit things in. And then when you are, I think when you're doing corporate America, like we've talked about before with you doing marine stuff and having to like kind of schmooze at parties and like,
Oh
or,
yeah.
happy hours and stuff, like you're kind of trying to balance, your fitness goals and your nutrition, but you're also trying to kind of work, right? Like work
Mm-hmm.
those events or, I mean, yeah, we've covered this before in like, I think episode like 2 or something,
Yeah.
but I I think boundaries come into play here big time and being really clear with yourself on boundaries. Because if you are going, you don't, we've talked about this before, but when you go to work and someone's like, oh, I brought donuts in today and it's just a Tuesday, like, or even someone brought
Yeah.
cupcakes, it's their birthday, like, oh, I didn't want to be rude though. Like, I didn't like, it's rude to have boundaries for yourself and then go back on those boundaries.
Right.
Like, it's rude to you. So you kind of get to choose, in my opinion, like whether you go back on your boundaries or not. But I think with like balancing, and I don't want to say like the 80-20 rule because I'm hot take, I'm almost kind of getting away from that. Like, because
Be all
people,
in or be all out.
well, no, it's just because people don't really know they're really soft with the 80. Like,
Oh yeah.
you
Like
know
it's
what I
really
mean?
60/40.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah, yeah.
60-40.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
get it.
kind of hard to like gauge really like, oh, have an 80-20, I would just say, like, especially when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to workouts, Abigail has said this before, meet yourself where you're at in the season that you're at. Don't
Mm-hmm.
try to stretch yourself super thin, like, I'm going to do 6 workouts a week, when realistically 3 is perfectly fine for the season that you're in. You work a 9 to 5, maybe you have happy hours, maybe like 3 is really all you can get in. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, just do that. Do that with your nutrition. Do that with all aspects of.
Yeah, and I would add to that and say that like I don't think it's realistic that they contradict each other. Like maybe a reframing
Yes.
happens. The only time I would say they might contradict is people that shift work.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one's like really we could do a whole episode on shift work to be honest with like how do you train, how do you eat,
Yeah, we
how do
probably
you
should.
sleep, all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
for like nurses, doctors,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else does shift work. But anyway, outside of shift work, I would say they don't contradict each other.
Yeah.
So like social events at work, like drink a Diet Coke and have a glass in your hand. Like they don't have to.
Yeah.
You're just making it harder on yourself. Like they don't contradict each
Yeah.
other.
Michael Smoke, Higher Up Wellness, says it's not easy, but it is simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
Correct. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
super simple, but
Yep.
it's just
It's
hard
not
in
easy,
practice.
but
And I
yeah.
think like coming to that realization, you're like, oh, I just have to make the decision
Yeah.
to do these things. Anyway,
Mhm.
hopefully that answered it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What would be your advice to someone going through a transition period? I guess this one's kind of for me
Yeah.
or you. Go ahead first.
No, you go. I
Okay.
answered first already.
So what's actually funny is we just talked about this in church. Do you remember? I don't know if you were there for that.
Was it last Sunday? Or
2 Sundays ago.
I should have been, but yeah.
Anyway, um, he was just talking about how transition periods are typically when people start to spiral.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm actually gonna pull up this note that I had because I wrote it down for this exact thing. Anyway, when you're in the middle of a transition, the advice that he gave, and I'm gonna mimic it because I thought it was brilliant, was to interpret your struggle accurately.
Okay.
So the first is like giving yourself grace in the sense of like you've never been here before,
Right.
so give yourself a break. So like for example, me having a child, like never been pregnant before, like I'm gonna have some grace on myself
Mm-hmm.
in that season. But on the opposite end, don't catastrophize your situation.
Sure.
Meaning, you're like such a victim, like nobody knows what you're going through. Like we've all met people that are like that, where it's like
Yeah.
somebody else has also been there. You're
not
not that special.
You're not special.
Right? You know,
Yeah.
whether it's mental health or job or baby or
Mhm.
marriage or financial struggles or any of those types of typical transition
Right.
periods, everybody has been there. It might not look exactly like your situation, but like don't catastrophize it to the point of woe is me.
Right.
And then so he said both of those two things and then said the way to distinguish between the two is through community. So having good friends around you, because it's sometimes you need people to tell you, like you did it for me multiple times of like, just relax. Like you're pregnant. What do
Yeah.
you mean? Just calm down. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay to feel this
Yeah.
way or whatever. But then at the same time, you also need friends to be real with you and say like, this is not the end of the world.
Mhm.
You're gonna get through it.
Mhm.
The classic, you're going through a hard time. Be strong.
Oh yeah, be strong.
Be strong. Like thanks.
I
But
yeah.
it's easy to kind of come back to reality during a transition phase when you have genuine friends around you that can kind of balance the two for you.
Yeah. Don't block them out either. Don't block your friends out. Like,
Right.
especially during that time of like, because I think it's easy for people to self-isolate too when like it feels really, you're kind of in a transition phase that feels scary. It feels like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening next. Or like, I think of transition phases as big question marks of just like, well, I don't know what's coming. And so you do start to panic. You do start to freak out. But a lot of the times I try to go back and go, I've been here before.
Right.
I've been
Situation is different. Transition is the same.
Transition is
Yeah.
the same, and I know that God has something for me right around the corner because He's done it before. Like I can
Mhm.
always kind of look back on situations where I had no idea what was happening, kind of scary, didn't know what to expect, but I knew that He comes through all the time of
Mhm.
things bigger than we could even expect or ask for. So I know that everything, one, is going to happen at its perfect timing, but two, He's preparing me for the next season in the transition season. So like while you're waiting in the hallway, waiting for the next door to open, have hope and still praise Him and still cling to your friends and know that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's good. Okay.
Next one.
Next, tips for budgeting and not overspending.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
What's that?
What's budgeting?
Budgeting?
What is budgeting?
I have the easiest
Yeah.
answer for this. What did you just say? It's simple. It's not easy.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so I have a simple answer that's
yeah.
not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle and I sat down with friends to talk about money stuff, and they're really good at budget. Anyway,
Yeah.
The advice he gave us was every dollar has a name.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes you aware. That's like kind of the first thing it does is makes you aware of, hey, this dollar is for this.
Right.
So now I'm aware of where all of my money is going, because I think most of the time when we're overspending, it's you like get to the end of the month and
Where'd all
look
my
at your
money
you're like,
go?
where did it go?
Yeah.
Whereas when I started doing that, every dollar has a name. It was like I know exactly where it went.
Yes.
Whether it was a wise choice or not,
Right.
it kind of brings you back to. I do have enough money to save. I'm choosing to put it towards Amazon or
Diet Cokes
DoorDash
every day.
Yeah, exactly. So I think very simple answer, first step for anybody starting a budget would be every dollar has a name.
Sure. I love the app. Do you use Rocket Money?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it became like a game to me to check my balance every day and to check like where different items were going. And it became like it is a game to me now. I want to know where everything's going. And the thing that people, when they're asking for budgeting tips and they're asking like, they don't have just basically what you were saying. They don't have any awareness.
Right.
And you have to, and it's scary because you're kind of
we don't
like,
balance a checkbook these days. Everything's like swiping.
Yes,
So it's very easy.
it's very scary my mom still balances a checkbook. I'm pretty sure. She works at the bank.
That checks out.
She can literally log on. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, it's just bring yourself to awareness because I think our generation's really good at just kind of like hiding from it.
Right.
You know, like, if I don't look at it, it's not real. And then you look up in your 10K in debt on your credit card. You know what I mean? Like, so I think just being really, really aware and then creating your budget. Okay, where can I actually, do I need $30 a week for iced coffees? Probably not. So
The
can I,
compounding effect.
yeah, the
Yeah.
compounding effect, and like being really honest with like where you can, but also at the end of the day, guys, money's not real. So
It comes and goes. Whatever.
it comes and goes. But
This is coming from somebody who got out of $70K in debt
yes,
2 years ago now.
Let's,
Debt-free Scream.
I was about to say, let's dive a little into that for like a second.
Yeah.
Talk about your experience in that way.
Coming out of debt.
Coming out of 75K in debt.
Yeah, that was a lot. So that preface, like the 70K in debt that I talk about is not a mortgage. That was me. A car payment was in there, but mostly being irresponsible.
Sure.
Like having credit cards and just running them up, and personal loan and card and getting like.
Was
like
any of that college, like tuition, anything like that? Because you got paid for, right? Or no?
Yeah. So some of it was that. Like expenses in college. And stuff like yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where it came from.
Yeah.
It was debt that I owed.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents, when I was in high school, followed Dave Ramsey and got out of debt, and then
I always think of Dane.
I
always
know,
think of Dane
always.
when I hear Dave Ramsey. Anyway,
so I ended up doing a similar thing. It's kind of hard, but without knowing all of Dave Ramsey's principles, take what you like, leave what you don't. People have mixed feelings about it. I think it's very, 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 very beneficial for 90% of America, because don't spend money you don't have is really what it comes down to. Anyway, so did Dave Ramsey. Essentially what it was every dollar has a name, and then every leftover dollar goes to debt.
Gotcha.
So Vice, you start with your emergency fund. Once you have that emergency fund, every remaining dollar goes to the debt, and then you use the snowball effect, pay off the highest interest first, so on and so forth.
Gotcha.
And so I did that. And let me tell you, though, the level of stress that goes away when you no longer have debt, I can't even explain it. It literally felt like 1,000 pounds came off my back.
Sure.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
And now, like, do I have credit cards? Yes. Do I have a mortgage? Yes. All of the things that maybe he doesn't necessarily agree with. Yeah. But I'm much more pay the credit cards off every month, have the money that is being spent type of thing. And so,
I feel like you doing that, though, gave you, what we talked about just a second ago, awareness.
It's all awareness.
And also discipline to continue doing it further, like with your credit card now, with your mortgage. Like, I'm sure that you are much more aware to, like, okay, this goes here first, like, now you've practiced it, and it's become something that doesn't really scare you anymore.
Exactly. And now I'm able to, instead of looking at credit cards fearfully, I look at them as leverage. Yeah. And so how can I leverage zero interest credit cards? And how do I utilize debt? Because debt's not a scary thing if you're buying
smart about
assets and not liabilities. Yeah. So things like that. And so I've learned a lot about money, and I think that was just the peak of it. And there's a lot less stress around it after, I guess, going through that. So
yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Let me see what questions are next. Ooh, how to overcome insecurities in romantic relationships. You got this one.
It's like, interesting. How to overcome insecurities in romantic relationships. The first one that comes to mind is like, okay, when someone says insecurities, to me, that means like you have experienced cheating before. And so you have an insecurity there. Yeah. Or maybe there's a social media aspect to it, right? Like maybe prior a guy was liking not so cool pics. Happened to me.
Maybe potentially, hypothetically.
Yeah, potentially, maybe. I don't know. Not speaking from experience or anything. So how to overcome insecurity within a romantic relationship, or even I feel like approaching a romantic relationship. Like maybe you really want to start dating again, but that has made you really fearful of trusting someone, whether you've been cheated on emotionally, physically. I would definitely say, I'll just speak from experience. I took a while to look kind of at myself and then what I wanted out of a partner.
Mm-hmm.
I want a partner who does not disrespect me,
Right.
who values me and wants to protect me at the end of the day, right? Like, say a girl slides in his DMs. I want him to be like, "Nyeh," like immediately showing me, and be like, how do you want me to respond to that? I don't have to respond, blah, blah, blah. Just being very communicative and very open. Knowing what I wanted helped me overcome my insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that like I want a man who, like I can trust, who respects me, who
And being willing to walk away from somebody not willing to give you those things.
Exactly.
Because I think for what you struggled with in the beginning when you
Mhm.
started recognizing that was like them not doing those things isn't necessarily a negative on them. But that's not what you need. You needed somebody that would be willing to do those things.
I think
if that makes sense.
when you've struggled with that before, like you've
Right.
been met with, infidelity in any kind of way,
Yeah.
I needed someone to make it so crystal clear to me that that wasn't going to happen,
Mhm,
and that
mhm.
that wasn't happening, that they're actively putting it in front of my face of going, hey, this isn't happening, or hey, like you always have access to my phone. I don't even need that anymore. Like I'm so secure in who
Right.
I am, but like them doing that. So I think when it comes to overcoming, one, be really communicative about your needs. Like that was just something I was like, hey, this is a
Yeah.
non-negotiable for me because I can't, because of my past, I know that I can't handle
Mm-hmm,
I can't handle someone watching porn. I genuinely cannot do that. Like
Yeah.
one, it's really, that's a whole other subject, but that is very detrimental to any relationship. But even if I were to date someone who's maybe had it in the past, maybe has overcome it, is still working on it, that's a no for me. I
Yeah.
can't do that because that ruined my
But at least
marriage.
you know that about yourself.
Yeah, and ruined different things for me. So I was like, that I've communicated very early on when I was kind of starting to date again, over a year ago. I was like, hey, this is a kind of a non-negotiable for me. Like, I just think that is, and that was a big relief. Like you were saying, like if they weren't able to give that to me, hey, no hate, totally. I think you're a great person. That's not going to work for me though.
Right.
So, and I know that the person that God has for me, that won't be
Right.
even be an issue.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I don't think I'm the right person to answer that because I'll be honest, I got a lot of issues.
yeah.
Insecurities in a relationship have not really been one for me.
No,
And
yeah.
I've been cheated on a million times.
Yeah. But Abigail has the right way of looking at it, of going, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it,
And you're
it
gonna
has-
get caught.
and you're gonna get caught, and it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Like you genuinely have always known that about yourself. Like that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. And
Right.
you're gonna lose
and
me.
I don't know
so
why, because
yeah.
it's not like I've been the most confident person my whole life or anything, but I guess in that specific area,
Yeah.
it's not that it didn't make me sad. So don't
Sure.
get me wrong there. But I think maybe just hearing this would help somebody get over it. Of it's gonna happen, whether you freak out, whether you're insecure, whether you're not.
Yep.
And you will always find out.
It will
So,
always come to light.
Why am I gonna stress about it? I'll
Yeah.
find out eventually. Who cares?
Yeah.
And guess what? I did.
Guess what? It came out. So
And I left. Like so.
easy as that.
Yeah, probably
Not
not, the
as
best
easy
advice,
as that
but-
for me, but-
Right? Yeah, it's just but the same experiences with two completely different interpretations and reactions to
Yep.
them. So
Well,
take
let me do like a subsection C here. I think why it hit me so hard is because I didn't value myself. And I was looking for them to validate me
I get what you're saying.
and love me. So when they didn't, and then it wrecked my insecurities.
right.
You have always known, like, I've always known that you have value and that you're like, I'm a catch to be with. So like, know,
Okay.
yeah. And it took me a while to get there.
Right.
But I did finally in my like 33rd year. But seriously,
Welcome.
yeah. Wow, it's
Great.
great here. I have no stress and no anxiety. But just like that's why I said I took some time for myself to be like, why am I still choosing people who make me feel insecure in relationships? Oh, it's because
It's a
I
me
don't
thing.
value myself. So I'm looking for these different types of people to value me. Like that's never going to work.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe the difference there.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. A little lighter question: what fashion trend should never make a comeback?
Oh, I don't think I've seen them come around again, but like the little capris. You
Okay,
love them, don't you?
No, I hate them.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm I can't do capris because I got these massive calves, which a
Yeah.
lot of people really are envious of. But what they don't like, it doesn't. Like I have to buy jeans based on do they fit my calves?
Right,
or
right,
not.
right.
So capris and calves.
How are boots for you?
Dude, I don't have them quite as big as my mom has to literally get custom made boots
Aw.
because her calves are big. We got
Love that. Strong queens. That's fine.
right.
Strong queens.
So
That's why you run fast.
we're vibing on no capris. But
I see them coming back. Okay, so like Paige DeSorbo,
Yeah.
like loves them.
Alex
I
Earl.
think when you're super petite and like a very tiny, like
Paige DeSorbo has flared ribs.
does she really?
Mhm.
Did that make
Look
you
it
feel
up.
good?
So good.
Did that make you feel good? Okay. See, I remember when I was like, Carrie Underwood has a big forehead.
Yep.
And Rihanna has a big
Look
forehead.
her up on the
I
thing
was
she
like,
just did on Love
that
Island.
makes me feel better about
You can
mine.
see him through the dress.
Nice. That makes you feel good. Yeah.
So good.
Okay.
Anyway.
One of my favorite style icons ever is Audrey Hepburn. Like I've loved her since I was a kid, like
Yeah.
little bitty. She can pull like that capri classic look, adorable. Like I just don't think they look good on. They look good on like one specific tiny person, not everyone.
No.
So they shouldn't come back.
Yeah, no, I was gonna similar to capris. I was gonna say gaucho pants. Do you remember those?
No, wait, it sounds really familiar though.
Dude, look gaucho pants up. If you don't know gaucho pants, they're like legging material capris, but they're
How do you
loose.
spell that?
GAU.
Okay, wait, I got it. Yeah, no, actually, keep finishing. Keep going. Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I distinctly remember an outfit that I have.
Can we zoom in on this? Can I? Is there any way to like? He goes, I don't know.
So I used to have these, and I would wear
Maybe.
them with those giant platform.
Oh yeah,
Flip-flops?
The flip flops. Yes. Oh, he's doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Don't come back to these. Let's leave them where they are.
Leave those in the past.
Thank you. He's like, sure, you guys. Oh man, with the wide waistband too.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Those
wear
are
those
bad.
tomorrow. Lulu's got some right now for $128.
No, they don't.
Should I get some?
Do they really?
It's capri pants, but they look like
Like, I feel like they're trying to rebrand gauchos as capris, and I'm not a fan.
no. Oh wow, yeah, that's terrible. Anyway, I don't think those should come back either. Now that I've decided.
Yeah, right.
Also, I don't like ponchos.
Like the jacket?
Like the shawl, like where it's like a.
That's coming back.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't like it.
I was like,
I don't know.
I'm not.
I'm just saying I don't like it.
I thought you were thinking, what's the little Hispanic jacket thing?
Well, that's a poncho.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I like those.
Well, those are fine because they're like multicolored and whatever.
Yeah.
You get it, but like I'm talking like the
I know, yeah,
knitted
yeah,
and
yeah.
like the weird. Anyway.
Okay.
So
I could probably go.
I could
probably
keep
list
going
a few.
to ballet flats. Again, I think just because they're things I can't pull off of.
Yeah,
Probably.
no, those never went out though.
I know ballet flats and like capris because I can't wear them. Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I should put. We'll do a social media post of all of our outfits from like the early 2000s.
No. Like pictures of us personally.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Like they haunt my dreams.
No. My college picture should never
Oh my gosh, the
resurface.
puka shells, the number of puka shells I own.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
We'll keep going on this.
Yeah.
Anyway. How to deal with difficult conversations with friends.
Oh, I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Yeah, Abigail, how would you
Tell me.
handle difficult conversations with friends?
How many difficult conversations have you had to have with me?
None. I don't. Well, I'm sure maybe a lot, but like,
But it didn't feel difficult,
but it
I
didn't
guess.
feel difficult.
Yeah.
So maybe okay. Okay. How, how would you tell me not to date someone anymore?
have.
No, you have.
Okay, so I can only think of one that I was like, I will say, difficult conversations with good friends is not, it might be like nerve wracking because you don't want to hurt their feelings,
Yeah.
but like it always is always met with, like it doesn't affect the friendship, I guess I would say.
Yes.
So like, know if they're a good friend and it's a hard conversation that you guys will overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can really only think of like one that I was actually genuinely like, I'm kind of nervous because it was about somebody you were dating.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want her to not tell me things anymore.
Right.
So it was this weird do I keep my mouth shut
Yeah.
so that she can still confide in me? Because I didn't want you to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to hear me when I say this type of thing.
Yes.
That was probably the only one.
Dude, you
And
were not the only one in that relationship that my friend Michaela.
you're right. I was not the.
I-
You were not the only one in that relationship.
You're right. I wasn't.
Which exactly was what the conversation
what
was
the
about.
problem was about.
Which is funny because I think I actually started it with I need to hurt your feelings really quick.
Yes. That was okay. See, I feel like that is almost the best way. My advice on that one is to rip the Band-Aid. So there have been multiple times when I've had to have a discussion with like Brooke, for example, or my best friend Crystal growing like literally since diapers, where like I literally I start off with, I'm probably going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But I need you to know, and I always go, but I need you to know that it is with the utmost love and respect that I'm about to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
So I try to preface it as much as I can and go, let me say the things that I need to say, and then I want to hear how that is affecting you. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear everything what you have to say, but like, I need to say this for the sake of you or for the sake of our friendship or the sake of like, I think what you're saying too is when it is always come with love first and their best interest or the best interest of your friendship, just rip the Band-Aid off because you're doing yourself a disservice to your friend and you by just sitting on it and sweeping it under the rug, sweeping how you feel under the rug. I would never want you or any of my closest friends to not tell me that, hey, we think you're messing up a little bit. Or, hey, what you said really actually was very bitchy and hurt my feelings. Like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't ever want to do anything to hurt you. So it's like, I want to know if that, like the other day, I like Waverly laughed at me because I just texted her. I was like, hey, are you mad at me or something? Like, did I do something? And I was like, we're too old for really be doing it. It was kind of a joke. But at the same time, I was like, hey, man, because I think like I had texted about like Ghost energy drinks coming to the gym and she didn't say anything. And then, like a Trent posted it or sent it to me and Lauren and Waverly because we're like the only ones that drink them. And she was all in it. And I was like, hey, man, I said it first. Yeah. I was like, pay attention to me.
Hello.
But it was like all out of fun and games. But I just like texted her. I was like, hey, I haven't really even heard from you in like 2 weeks. Like, is everything okay? And everything was not okay. And she told me what was going on. I was like, oh, dude, let's take a walk, man. Like, do you have time tomorrow to walk? Like, I would love to just talk to you about these things. Like, she goes, no, I love your brutal honesty sometimes. Because I was like, hey, you mad at me or something?
Yeah.
Like,
what's up?
Like, I just don't. One, we're too old. Like, if you're in your 30s, late 20s, dude, just handle it. Like,
Correct.
I don't want to tiptoe around you. I don't want to, like, guess how something's going to affect you or what, you know. Like, what you were saying about me, you were like, I don't want you. Like, that's a very valid feeling, though, too, of, like, I don't want you to stop telling me things.
Correct.
Like,
and I do think it's also a way of a pulse on the friendship of
for sure.
If every conversation that you have with somebody you feel like you're tiptoeing around,
oof.
Maybe that's not the best friend for you to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to feel constantly like you're tiptoeing. A hard conversation is normal to be nervous to have just because that's us
confrontation
as people.
is hard. Yeah.
But if every conversation is a tiptoe and every conversation is met with contention, maybe it's not.
I think that's a really good point. It's like, that's probably a good temperature check of your friendship.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if this person's good for you.
And I will say, like, just because a friendship fades, ends, changes, whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that there's, like, bad blood between them.
No.
My mom always says that friends for a season, friends for a reason, friends for life. And none of them are better or worse necessarily. It's just.
Yep.
Like.
Michaela says something very similar. She goes, you have friends that are roots, you have friends that are branches, and you have friends that are leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves are for a season, and then branches, like, they're a little bit more sturdy, but, like, if wind does come and, like, things do change, they're pretty quick to snap, you know? But then you have roots, and those people, like, are just there for you no matter what. And they can come at any time in your life. Like, you came to me in college or your college career. And then we were rooted about 3 years ago, you know, before that, but like really truly saw that, oh, these are roots friends. Like, then I have roots friends from like high school, childhood. Then I have branches friends, and I've had leaves friends. And they're great.
All those types of people. But
totally.
Maybe it's also the pulse isn't necessarily, hey, they're not they're not my friend anymore, but it's okay, now I just see that this is the type of friendship that we have.
Expectations.
And expectation management.
You can lower your expectations on what you can probably get from that friend.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
So long answer short.
long answer. I think that's how all of our questions go. Okay, there's actually a bunch more. I'll do the anonymous one.
Oh yeah.
Because it's kind of applicable right now.
Yeah.
Okay, the anonymous one said, I want to get pregnant and grow a family, but I'm nervous of letting go of this stage of life and how great it is. How in the world can you find faith in taking that next leap? Yeah, so I obviously had to answer that question a lot because I did love the stage of life I was in prior to getting pregnant. And it wasn't, a super intentional decision. But I think of it in the same way that I thought about, I was talking to somebody used to be on our team, about getting out of the military the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining to her that whether you decide to stay or go, there's not a right or wrong answer. Like
in the military?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? Like me deciding to get out or stay in, it wasn't like it was a wrong decision if I was to choose to stay in. You just have to decide which one is best for you. And the advice I was giving her was, if the only thing keeping you in is fear of getting out, unknowns, money, jobs, what's next, this and that, then that's not a good enough reason to stay anymore, right? If you're staying because you still have things you want to learn and do and grow and perform and X, Y, and Z, that's one thing, and I think that's great. But if fear is the only reason, that's really not a reason to stay. And so in the same sense of this, of, hey, I really like my life right now, and I'm just scared to mess that up, that's not really a good enough reason to not pursue the thing that you're wanting and motherhood and all of that. It's just fear, and that fear literally is never going to go away until you do it.
And it's also very valid.
Right. So that was going to be my second thing, is the fear is valid, and enjoying your life and all of those things are completely valid, but two things can be true at once, in that you can love the stage that you're in, and that doesn't mean you're going to hate the next stage.
No,
and that's something I have to kind of remind myself of too, of now in this stage, I can still mourn no longer, being
childless.
Childless. I was trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
And look back on it like super happy and grateful and all that kind of stuff, and still be excited about being a mom.
Yeah.
And so I would say the fear that you have, it never goes away. And if that's the only reason, like, there's other things to look at, like, do you have a supportive partner?
Yeah.
You have a job, you have a place for
a job.
like, so outside of those things, right? If it's just fear, but it's a desire that like God put on your heart.
Yes.
You kind of just have to go for it and be like super grateful that you are in a great place. And there's no better place to get pregnant from than like, I'm happy with my life. So if you're miserable, it's probably not the best time to get pregnant.
Correct.
I guarantee you it's not going to solve your problem.
That was another one of mine.
Yeah.
For sure. We have, as men too, but as women, we have a lot of identities that we go through. And I get men too, for sure. But like, I struggled wanting to date again because I was like, oh, but I'm single. Like, I like me time. I like being independent. I like being able to just really rely on myself, go do whatever, and I was like, oh, if you're going to start like dating again, like you're losing an identity, right? You're changing identity. But that was also what was on my heart. I want to be with someone. I want to be married to someone. I want to have a family, to have a life with someone. So like,
there's only one way to do it.
There's only one way to do it, and that's just do it. And like, sometimes that energy, that nervous, fearful energy, is just also excitement. Like, you can kind of turn that energy into anything and being like, okay, you know what? Money's okay right now. I have a great partner that is going to be an amazing dad. Okay, like, look at these things and go, actually, now's as good a time as any.
Right.
Because I mean, there's no good time. Look at you. Like, I was going to bring that up. I was like, there's literally no good time, but
I don't have a job. I'm in school. I just got married. I just left, and I'm pregnant. And I don't think I feel like you could even ask our parents. It's not, the fear of being a parent doesn't go away.
No.
And so you can either never have that dream and continue to be afraid and be happy in your life, and that's great. But I think you always find something's missing. So
There was one more question that I just wanted to briefly talk about. When to know when to leave a relationship.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
It's okay. I know that one I just like I feel very called to like give advice on because I am the stayer of relationships.
You are the stayer.
I am the
I
stayer.
always joke, not like to other, really to myself, about you of you have to have hard evidence,
Yes.
reason to leave.
Yep.
So you don't count just not vibing as a reason.
I'm like, oh, we can work it out. Like,
Uh-huh.
no, Caitlin, you don't feel safe here. You have like these questions in your mind.
But it's even just, I just don't like him that much.
Yeah, I just don't really like him that much. I'm like, oh, but maybe I could.
It's the strangest thing. But yeah, no, I get that.
But I
Meanwhile, I'm like,
yeah. Meanwhile, I was like,
except this last one.
Yeah.
The last one just
This last one
hasn't
stuck
left.
around.
He moved in and
He moved in, never got out.
thanks a ring means he never gets to leave.
I'll say first, like I'll answer in a very Christian way, and then I'll answer, and I don't say in a very worldly way. I'll just answer in a very like emotional, like practical reason, yeah, to like want to leave or know when to leave. If you're having to already ask that question, that means it's been stirring. That means that it has been stirring already. And like that there are red flags or yellow flags that you are trying to blatantly ignore, and you're literally putting blinders on so that you won't see them anymore. Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like if you're sitting there going, I don't know if this is really working out for me. I don't know if this is like really a good time, or maybe, you know, and then you catch yourself going, oh, but he's going through a hard time too. Oh, but he, you know, when you start abandoning your needs and wants, and like, and I mean really abandoning them. I mean being like, I've had one of my best friends pass away, and the person that I was with maybe supported me for like 8 hours. And then it was back to their issues, and it was back to their drama and back to everything like that. And I was like, holy crap, like I do not matter here. I am a placeholder. I am a rug. I am a doormat, like whatever you want to call it, but I do not matter here. I am not important, because if I was important, your partner would do whatever it is that you're going through, right? And be like, none of my crap matters right now. Like, especially when it's that deep, right? So like, I just feel like, one, if you're having to ask that question already, it's probably a good time to really, really reflect if this person is for you. It is okay if they are not for you.
Correct.
It is okay. I promise there are.
That.
I am telling myself, but like I've just experienced where someone does make you feel safe and does make you feel seen and does make you like never really question if this person's for you or not. And if you are kind of sitting there, you go, yeah, but these are all really great qualities that like totally ex-nay the fact that he doesn't like football. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, they're like, okay, you know. But I want to say it in a Christian way too. Like, there is a no better prayer than, God, if he is not for me, remove him. Take me away. It happens in like 2 to 3 business days. Something will happen and you will go, oh crap. When you start to involve God and have discernment over your life, he will make it very known if this person is for you or if this person is not. And another way to look at it too is if that person makes, you would probably agree to this, marriage is not necessarily about making you happier, it's about making you holier.
So I literally was about to bring this up after you finished that, was marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is about making you holier, not happier.
Yes.
Not a relationship.
Right.
And so to add to that, I was just going to say, if you need permission from someone.
From a stranger.
You don't have to have a reason.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy their company for whatever reason. You get icks from dumb stuff, like all of this kind of stuff. You're not married to them. Leave.
Yes. Yep.
Right? Because like God doesn't oppose us being happy.
No.
He's not anti-happy.
Yeah.
It's just that's not the goal of marriage.
Right.
When you're dating somebody, you're not married to them. So that's not their role in your life. Right? And so I think back to a guy I dated in North Carolina before I moved back here. And full transparency, he was a great great human.
Sure.
Christian guy,
Mm-hmm.
super fun. We enjoyed fitness, outdoorsy,
Mm-hmm.
military, like all this kind of stuff. Like I really don't have anything negative to say about him.
Yeah.
Like he really was I just didn't see it going anywhere
Right.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like I don't have, I remember trying to tell my mom, I'd be like, oh, I got the ick because he did this. Like I remember literally saying like, he talks in a baby voice to his dog and it gave me the ick.
I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's such a dumb thing.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with him.
Right.
So not, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing wrong with that. You're not married to him. So
Yeah.
leave and then
Yeah.
find the person that you are. And then when you're married, okay, now you got to have a little bit harder conversation of
Correct.
when is it time to leave, and we could do.
That is a whole other topic.
That
is a
one
whole
we're gonna
other.
answer right
That's a
now.
whole other episode.
But-
yeah.
I would just say, if you're struggling with it, you probably already know what you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
and if you need a reason to justify it, just know you don't need one.
Yeah.
So
You really don't. That's all.
Yeah.
That was the last one I wanted because I know that one's like that one's a big one for me as someone who just chronically stayed for no reason sometimes
Right.
and just really,
chronic stare.
yeah, just like my best friend Michaela used to call me like a pit bull. She would just like, you would just like, it would already be over. The thing would be dead.
I
And
just say you're a simp to a fault.
I'm a lover girl.
Yeah, you are a lover girl.
I have tremendous amounts of hope in people that I shouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
So
It's a good thing and a bad thing.
it's a good and bad. Well,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay, we'll end on one lighter one.
Okay.
Because I think it's actually the last one.
Okay.
I probably did miss some, but anyway.
No, it's fine.
Go-to beauty tip or beauty advice.
Ooh, that makes you just feel like a hot girl, like
Just like your
immediately.
thing. Like if you were to pick one beauty thing.
I love getting my eyebrows done.
Yeah.
Yeah, love getting my, like, it makes me feel, whenever Shayna does them, I'm like, ugh, I feel like a 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
I was feeling like a 5 when I walked in
Yeah,
here.
until those TikTok people be coming at you.
Oh, yeah, right. Your eyebrows don't match your face. They're literally my eyebrows.
Yeah.
They have
They
to match
match
my
my
face. I've literally never done anything to them.
I will say I'm obsessed when I get them done too.
Yeah.
It pisses me off that they last 2 weeks.
Oh,
I
I
don't care
know.
who you. People advertise 6 weeks. No, they don't.
No, they
They
don't.
last 2 weeks and then
Yeah.
they go back and then you gotta. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I love getting a lamination, and
Love
then I
it.
love getting them, like,
Dark.
dark. Yeah. And, like, just, that does last for, like, a week or two. Lamination lasts a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But, man, if I can get my eyebrows done all the time, I do. Shayna sees me
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
twice
was
a month. I was going to say, I do.
Just kidding.
But,
I do.
yeah. What about you?
That's your go-to.
And nails. But that's,
I was gonna say your go-to was gonna be nails and lip gloss. Those
I
are like the
do
two
love
things
lip
you always
gloss.
have done.
yes.
But I guess process something that you go get.
Yeah.
I guess a luxury, if you will.
Yeah.
Would be our
I will say the best lip gloss out there is Rihanna's Heat. It's like a liquid, it's like a lip plumper.
Oh.
And I don't get my lips done. Like, I'm just afraid. Like, it's great on other people. I'm just afraid.
Yeah.
So,
So you need a
I'll-
little plump.
so I'll do that, and it gives you like a little plump for the day.
Huh.
And I like it.
Yeah, you always
Yeah.
whenever I'm with you, I use your lip gloss.
Yeah.
Man, I love me some Botox. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
But
you
that's like
can-
my luxury, and I can't get that right now. If you guys can't tell.
I literally,
so
you talk
sad.
about it, and I can't tell. But yeah.
Not that I'm promoting it. I'm just saying. It will make you feel great. I know it's trending right now, but you know I've been on this train for a while, so
Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Mouth tape.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason I say it, I don't know.
Do you do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We haven't talked about that.
No.
Oh, I posted about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I say that only because I have really tough times sleeping and
Mm.
staying asleep, and apparently there's like beauty hacks to it
No, we have
too.
talked about it. Never mind. We have talked about it. Continue.
It is a game changer for my sleep.
Okay.
And when I get good sleep, I look prettier. So I'm just gonna count that as a
That's
beauty tip.
True.
Allegedly, it like something with your jaw.
Okay.
I've never noticed
Yeah.
that, but maybe I should. I don't know. Pay attention, measure, something like that.
Yeah.
But if you want good sleep, man, that mouth. tape.
Another one, using a gua sha in the mornings.
Yeah, I've tried. I haven't gotten in the habit.
I
of that.
love my gua sha so much. So cleansing oil first thing, and then you're just like doing.
Oh, I have the ice roller. So is that the,
the
same
ice
thing?
roller.
Does that count?
Sure, like
Okay.
it's great. It's fine.
It's like lymphatic.
Those
drainage.
eye patches too that you
We
got
both
me
do
on. I love
those.
those eye patches in the morning, man, because my bags be scary. Anyway, so mine are eyebrows, nails. Use cleansing oil and a gua sha in the morning. Yours are Botox.
RIP.
Botox and mouth tape.
Yeah. What do you think? Do I have another one?
No, because Botox was mine for you. Like
Oh,
thinking, I was like, oh, here's this for sure.
Kyle calls me the gadget girl though,
Yeah.
because I love a gadget that
Yeah.
makes me feel prettier. So like I'll have like my things on my eyes with my mouth tape and my red light thing and my
Yes.
sleep and
Yes.
I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that was it.
That was it. Okay. Thanks for your questions. Hopefully we
Yes.
answered some, and hopefully you
Keep
got
sending them.
Yeah, keep sending them. You got something out of it on big sister advice.
Yeah.
So
See you
anyway,
next time.
bye.
Bye.